How are you, ladies and gentlemen? Name is Paul Vaughn, president of Copier Gallery. Kind of nervous, but you guys gotta bear with me. It's first time giving a speech in front of so many people. But anyway, my story goes like this. After working for over 20 years as a field service engineer with a company, I'm not gonna mention the name because, you know, for obvious reasons. But anyway, my boss called me into his office one day and said, Paul, company's downsizing and we gotta get rid of a couple of guys. And your name was on the list. So I say, okay. And he also said, Paul, in 2 weeks you will receive your final paycheck. So I say, okay, no problem. And I went home and I waited. And at that time, I was wondering, what am I going to do next? So anyway, finally, the paycheck came. Ladies and gentlemen, when I opened that envelope, I could not believe what I saw. Remember now, after working for 15 to 20 years with a company, I was making a decent salary. But anyway, I opened the envelope and I said, what am I going to do now? So anyway, I went down to the unemployment office and the assistant there said to me, Mr. Vaughn, you got two choices. You could either attend SCORE or you could seek unemployment while getting a percentage of your salary. So I said to myself, you know what, since I always wanted to start my own business, I'm going to stick with SCORE. So I went and I met with my mentor, Glenn, wonderful person. And he said to me, Paul, you got to attend some, you have to attend some, you know what I mean, some classes at SCORE. So anyway, my first class was how to register and start your own business. So I went and I get my business registered, and I went back to Glenn, and I said, Glenn, what am I going to do now? So he said to me, Paul, I think what you should do is, since you've been working as a field service technician, repairing copiers for so many years, and that's all you knew at the time, I think you should continue with that. So I said, okay, no problem. So ladies and gentlemen, what I did, I went out and I hit the pavement and I went door to door looking for customer to, remember now, I know nothing about sales. The only thing I knew to do at the time was to repair copy machines. Okay, so I went out there and I went door to door, mortgage company, real estate office, whoever that would take a copy machine from me. So anyway, I met someone, a real estate company, and the person said, I said to the person, look, in order for you to get a machine, you have to, it's gonna be like a 5-year lease. And I'm gonna give you a month rent and a month security. Okay, you have to give me a month rent, sorry, you have to give me a month rent and a month security in order to receive one of these machines. So anyway, I went and this guy signed a contract for 5 years. And I went out and I purchased a copy machine, refurbished the machine, and put it inside this guy's place. I paid $240 for the machine, and I leased it out to $250 per month. So upon arrival, this person has to give me a month rent and a month security, plus a delivery fee. Okay, and I continue the same process because somewhere I read if you keep doing the same thing, you would end up with the same result, right? So that's what I continue doing. So I went back to my mentor, Glenn, and I said, Glenn, I finally find a customer. And Glenn said to me, Paul, keep doing what you're doing. So anyway, he said, Paul, I want you to make $3,000 per month. And I said, okay, Glenn, I'll try. So ladies and gentlemen, I went out there. It come with hard work. You know what I mean? But if you focus, you can do it also, if that's what you guys decide to do. So anyway, I went out there and I keep doing the same thing, keep repeating the same cycle. Go out, buy a machine, refurbish it, and find people who want to lease it, and put it out there. So I went back to Glenn. I said, Glenn, I'm making $3,000 per month now. And Glenn said to me, Paul, I want you to make $5,000 per month. So I said, Glenn, I've never seen $5,000 in my life. How am I going to do this? So anyway, I went out door to door, mortgage company, real estate office, medical offices. So I finally went back to Glenn again. I said, Glenn, I'm making $5,000 per month now. And Glenn said, Paul, I want you to make $7,000 per month. And I said, Glenn, are you serious? So anyway, I went back to, I keep repeating the same cycle, you know what I mean? Go out there, buy a machine, put them out, stuff like that. And Glenn said to me, Paul, I went back to him, I said, Glenn, I'm making $5,000 per month now. He said, Paul, I want you to make $7,000 per month. And I said, Glenn, I've never seen $7,000. How am I going to do this? So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I went out there and I keep repeating the same cycle and I make $7,000 per month. Went back to Glenn. Glenn, I'm making $7,000 per month. Glenn said to me, Paul, your goal is $10,000 per month. And ladies and gentlemen, I get to that point where I was making $10,000 per month and it was a great feeling, seriously. Yeah, thank you for that. But anyway, this is $10,000 per month residually whether they work or not. Because just like you have a cable company, you have a cable box inside your house, right? And someone put it there, and every month, whether you use the service or not, you still got to pay them, right? Exactly, so that's how my business works. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what really drove me to go out there and really hit the pavement was when I opened that envelope. I remember now I was working a decent salary. When I opened that envelope, my final paycheck at the time, when I opened that envelope, was $75. So that's what drove me to go out there and hit the pavement, because I decided I wasn't going to work for anyone, but I want to be my own boss. You know what I mean? And I don't want to mention how much I'm making now because the IRS might be here listening. But if I can do it, ladies and gentlemen, you can do it too. And it's a great feeling to be at the top, and I want to see a couple of you guys at the top. I know you can do it. Thank you.